Hey y'all, welcome to Kamira's Kitchen. Today I'm going to show you guys all the tips and tricks I know to make moist, delicious, and sweet Jiffy cornbread. Now I know some of y'all going to be like, girl, I don't never made no cornbread from a box. Well honey, they still sell it in the store, so I know other people is. Okay, so I'm going to show y'all what to do if you don't mind taking a little box cornbread and jazzing it up. So first I'm going to preheat the oven to 400 degrees. Now y'all know good old Sister Mabel. This is my cast iron skillet. She'd have been through it. Okay, I have this Crisco butter flavor. Don't even come in my comments talking to me about Crisco not healthy, because honey, this is Jiffy cornbread. It's not healthy in the first place. So I am going to take about a tablespoon and I'm going to place it in the cast iron skillet and put it in the oven while this heats up so it can get nice and hot. Do not use butter because butter will burn. You cannot ever use bacon fat or lard or even vegetable oil instead. You can do this with any Jiffy cornbread that you want, whether it be the original version, the vegetarian version, or the honey one as you see here. Now the honey one, y'all, this got so much sugar in it. Okay, this is a sweet cornbread, which I actually like. And those of you gonna say it tastes like cake, well baby, it tastes like cake. All right, now do not follow those directions on the back, or else your cornbread is going to come out dry. As you can see, there is so much sugar in this, but still I'm going to show you how you're going to step it up a notch. Following the recipe on the back, I am going to use 2/3 of a cup of whole milk. I don't play with the skim milk and all the rest. I want the fat in the milk. Now this is where I'm going to do my own thing. I am going to use half of a cup of sour cream. That fat is going to add a good amount of flavor. I will also be using a little bit of butter in the cornbread, and I will be using 2 eggs. This is optional, but if you want it a little sweeter or you just want to enhance that honey flavor, you could add a touch of honey. If y'all already know this recipe gonna come out good, go ahead and give me a like and go ahead and drop a corn emoji in the comments if you love that cornbread. Now I'm a true southerner and I definitely love cornbread, y'all. And you know the Southern Belles, we know how to do it up, okay? No matter whether it's from scratch or if it's from the box. Now, y'all, I'm going to take 3 tablespoons of that butter and I'm going to melt it. The butter is actually optional, okay? If you don't want to add butter, you could leave it out. But, of course, y'all, would I be, a Southern girl if I didn't add some butter to my cornbread? I don't think so. All right, so I'm going to dump in both of my boxes of Jiffy corn mix, and I actually like to go in there and break up the lumps with the spoon and a little bit with my hand. You could sieve it, but I just feel like that's doing too much. I feel like breaking up the lumps dry just helps it mix together better. I'm then going to make a well in the middle of the dry ingredients. I like to do this way because I feel like I can incorporate everything a bit more evenly. So I'm going to add in that whole milk and then my sour cream, my 2 eggs, and then I am going to start to mix this together. It is actually okay if your cornbread batter has a few lumps in it. You just don't want it to be extremely lumpy. So what I like to do is I'll start mixing in the middle, and as I go along you'll see that I will slowly grab in a little bit more of the dry ingredients. I'm going to put in about half a tablespoon of honey. Again, that is optional, y'all. But if you're using the plain Jiffy cornbread that does not have honey, I personally suggest adding 2 tablespoons. I think it makes it taste a little bit better. And then I'm going to mix in that liquid gold until it is well combined. Now at this point, Sister Mabel is piping hot. Honey, she is smoking. And that is the way that I want it. The real OGs know why we do this. Once you get that cast iron skillet preheated and that oil is hot, when that batter hits that hot oil, it's immediately going to start to cook and you are going to get some of the crispiest, most delicious edges. Once I get all my batter in, I'm going to stick this in the oven for anywhere from 20 to 25 minutes. The directions will tell you 17 minutes, but since I have added that extra fat, I feel like it tends to take a little bit longer. Plus, I like mine nice and brown. So check on it at like the 20-minute mark to see for doneness, and then, add time as you feel is necessary. To make a little glaze, I'm going to melt half a tablespoon of butter and half a tablespoon of honey in the microwave. Again, this is optional, okay? But I don't know who doesn't like butter on the top of their cornbread. Because, honey, I definitely do. At the 25-minute mark, I felt like mine was perfect. I stuck a toothpick in, it came out clean, and the top was beautiful and golden brown. But remember just to check on it at 20 minutes, 18 minutes to see if it's at what you like. Y'all, it's your kitchen, it's your rules, so do what you want to do. Right out the oven, I'm going to add all of that glaze. This is a very sweet cornbread, but it is super delicious. I feel like this is the type of cornbread that goes really well with things like fried chicken. You know, I wouldn't necessarily crumble this in a chili, but if you want to eat this kind of like a side to a meat, I feel like it is really good and delicious. I went in when it was piping hot and got me some. This type of cornbread you can have with a little tea or even a little coffee, guys. Let me know if you make it, and when you do, let me know how much you love it, because my friends absolutely devour this. I will see you next time in Kamira's Kitchen. Goodbye and God bless.